This is a Cincy fan talking with LP. You can catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. You say it like it sounds, just leave off the G. If you have ideas for the show, you can reach me at Cincy_fan talk at yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you leave them there. Who knows, you might find yourself as part of the show. Any feedback would be definitely appreciated. And also, make sure you hit the Linktree page that's on my Twitter. Make sure you click on that. You can find all the different ways to contact me there. Enjoy the show. What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody out there? Welcome to a Cincy Fan Talking with LP, and this is yours truly, LP. Appreciate you stopping past and checking us out for another week. Definitely appreciate that 100%. We're gonna go ahead and get this rolling. Definitely check out that link tree. Check me out on that Twitter. You heard the word on the intro, so we won't hop into that again. But definitely make sure you do all that. Got some what I think is interesting stuff to go ahead and listen to. So hope you do that for the whole, I don't know, half hour plus. We'll see how long it takes, because I never know how long it's going to take to be perfectly honest. It's not really scripted. So, hey, we'll see what happens. First things first. I caught something interesting from Draymond Green last week. I I can't say Draymond Green is like one of my favorite players. Like, I'm not out here like trumpeting the Draymond Green bandwagon, but I don't really hate the guy. Like, I like watching him play. People always say like he'll hit like a triple single on you, like 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Like, I think he underrated for what he can do on the court for real. Like, he one of the few people that I've seen that can guard all 5 positions. Like, you don't see that every day. Like, his hustle and all of that. Like, you really don't see that. Like, he's somebody that really knows the game. Like, he knows the game of basketball, and you can't teach that. Like, you really can't. And I was watching him. Well, I was watching a clip of an interview that he was giving, and he was talking to some reporters, and he was just talking about how, you get these people, on Twitter and whatnot, that are acting like they know the game so much, and they really don't. And he was talking about how much it bothers him that they act like they know the game more than experts, people like him that are experts at the game. And, he dropped a couple of F bombs on them because he was just really frustrated. And I'm looking on Twitter and people are giving it to him, talking about how, this, that, and the third, like, oh, well, you think you all that and you can't really do all the stuff that you say, and who are you to judge us when we just critiquing you? And it just got me to thinking, like, can we really judge people who are at the top of their sport? Like, can we really do that? Like, was Draymond Green in his, was he right to do that? Like, was he right to talk like that? And me sitting right here with a podcast where I do stuff like that sometimes, I honestly feel like he was right to do that. Like, him being an expert in his field, for somebody to come at him and question, like you're allowed to question people and ask them why they do the stuff that they do. Like, me being a teacher, if somebody, like me being a math teacher, if somebody was to ask me why I do the stuff that I do, like, I get that. Like, you're allowed to ask me that. But if you, non-teacher, start telling me what I should do, like you know it more than I do, that's where it gets weird. That's where it's a problem. That's where I'm kind of looking at you like, Like, do you know how long I've been doing this? Like, do you know what I've had to do to get where I am, to do the stuff that I do? That's where it gets weird. And Draymond Green, I'm sure he's looking at people like, you don't recognize the plays that I recognize. Like I can see stuff coming like 5 seconds before it happens. And you sitting there on Twitter, you're only seeing the end result. And I'm sure it's weird to him to have people just critiquing all this weird stuff. And he's like I've been analyzing this game since I was 12. Like like who are you to tell me that you know this game better than me? I'm sure there's like 2 or 3% of people that know the game better than him. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, Draymond's the man, but I mean it's just a fact. Like he's at a space where you can say that. Like he's at that level of his field, and we're not. I'm not saying we're not allowed to critique him because we are. Anybody's allowed to be judged. I mean, when you're doing things, like when you've put yourself in an entertainment atmosphere, like we can judge you. But what we can't do is say stuff like, well, I can do that better than you. Well, what you should have did was this. What you should have did was that. Well, I can do this because like, no, like that's where you stepping out of your lane. Like that's not really your lane. If you're saying, well, why did you do that? Like if you're asking questions because you want answers, that's understandable. Like if he doesn't want to answer those questions, then that's when you're kind of like, dude, I'm a reporter and I'm asking you questions. That's my job. Why did you do that? Why did you do this? I'm a reporter. I'm asking you the questions. That's my job. But as a reporter, if I'm like, well, Draymond, you should have ran the pick and roll because I'd be like, whoa, hey, reporter, like, do I come on your job and tell you where to put the quotation marks and the commas and all that? Like, nah, like, I'll let you edit away. Like, I don't do that. So don't come on my job and tell me when I should run pick and rolls and like that's weird. And I'm sure a lot of athletes feel the same way. I mean, I'm sure he's not the only athlete that feels like that, but everybody would say the same thing. Well, you get paid a whole lot of money, so you have to take it. I mean, just imagine if that was everybody's defense. Well, you get paid a whole lot of money, so you got to take it. Like, really? That's the defense? You get paid X amount of dollars, so you got to take all the crap that gets thrown at you. That's a weird defense. Like, like you're a teacher and you get paid, so you got to take it. And honestly, that kind of is what gets thrown at us anyway. So, like, it's weird. But imagine if that's all you get hit with whenever you do something. Oh, well, you get paid, right? So take it. At some point, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm getting paid to do something, true, but I'm not getting paid to take this and to take that and to take that. And I'm sure for a lot of athletes, that's where it gets strange and that's where it gets weird. And then you have fans feeling like they're enabled to do all types of crazy stuff. And they're like, well, you get paid, right? You get paid $5 million and I bought a ticket. So that means I can come down from the stands and I can throw a drink at you and I can talk about your mama and I can just run down here and give you the middle finger and all of that stuff. And fans have felt emboldened to do this. Like they really feel like they can do that because so and so makes 17 times as much as I do. So I mean, it's just really, really weird. But I mean, I kind of felt Draymond Green on that one. I really did, and it's weird because I'm sitting here with a podcast, and in this podcast, I critique people from time to time. But what I really try not to do is go like, well, if it was me, I would run this and I would run that because I feel like I can do that better because I can't do that better because I'm not that athlete. I'm not. Like, that's not what I do. Like, I got my lane and I stay in that lane, and that's that. So that's just kind of how I feel about that situation. And from here, I'm kind of dipping into some non-sports stuff. And if you're new to the pod, this is this is what I do. 100% not sticking to sports. I'm really transparent about that. We don't stick to sports on the pod. We'll start sports and then sometimes we'll just dip off. So, got into a discussion on Twitter with some folks about the whole minimum wage thing. And this just kind of popped into my head like a light bulb. So, the minimum wage is supposed to be, it's talking about getting hiked up to $15. And strangely enough, it's some folks that are not happy about this. And I'm like, how are you not happy about the minimum wage going up to $15? I mean, maybe there's some folks that won't really profit from this because they're no longer in a sector where they're getting paid minimum wage. And I definitely get that. And I mean, and I know there are a lot of people out there that won't really benefit from this. But I know that you might know some people that would benefit from this. And I'm looking on Twitter and I'm scrolling through and I'm reading a lot of people talking about, well, why should some pimply face 17-year-old working fast food make $15 an hour? Or why should some grocery store worker make $15 an hour? Just all types of weird stuff. And I'm just looking and it just hit me. There are some people that really don't want people in certain type of industries to get anywhere close to what they make in salary. And that's strange to say. It really is strange to say. But I feel like it's 100% true. There are some people out there that don't want a grocery store worker to make anywhere close to what they make because they feel like that it'll devalue what they make. They feel like, well, I work this hard to make X amount of dollars a year, and I don't want you, Mr. Grocery Store worker, to get that close to me because then what is my job worth? And I feel like this is the worst take to have. Like, what kind of take is that? I mean, we should be a society where we want everybody to succeed. Like, one person's success doesn't lessen your success. Like, I've always felt like that. Like, if one person shines, it doesn't mean you shine less. Like, if somebody makes $15 an hour and they're getting close to your salary, it doesn't lessen your job title. Like, it doesn't lessen your salary. It helps the other person, but it doesn't hinder you. Like, it doesn't make your job look like less of a job because somebody in a different industry that seems like it's not that quote unquote good of an industry, it doesn't make it worse for you. It just makes that person a little bit better off. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever. And I feel like we're in a society where we're always judging ourselves based off of what the other person is doing. I feel like that's where we are in America. We're constantly looking behind us and we're not looking in front of us, if that makes sense. So I'm making this much money, but I'm looking behind me to see how much he's making. Because if he's making more than me, he's caught me, and that's bad for me. And that's weird to me. Like, I don't really get how that makes sense. Like, if so and so was making $50,000 a year, and I'm making $80,000 a year, and then all of a sudden he gets a bump up and he's making $70,000 a year. Oh no, I need a raise because he's getting close to me. So now my job's devalued. Unless we're doing the exact same job and something happened to where he got a raise and I didn't, that has absolutely nothing to do with me whatsoever. Like, get your money. Like, and as a matter of fact, grocery store worker, janitor, fast food worker, you probably deserve a little bit more anyway because of what you do. Like, you interact with the public every single day in a pandemic. You should have got a raise anyway. like you should have got a bump up a long time ago. Like, forget this minimum wage bump up to 15. You should have been past 15 a long time ago. And that's just me being honest. Like, there should have been a raise for you. I mean, like, what you have to do interacting with people that probably don't want to wear a mask sometimes and all of the stuff that goes with that, yeah, that raise should have been up there. But it just really doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know if it's just an American thing. I don't know if it's just us as people globally, but there's just this human element that we really need to have. We just really need to have it to where one person's success is more or less celebrated and not one person's success means, oh, well, where's mine? Like, I didn't get that. And this is what you see in kids a lot. One person gets something. And instead of the other kids in the class being like, "Oh, that's cool," you'll see a lot of kids going like, "Oh, where mine at? I didn't get that. I'm not clapping for him because I didn't get that." And all of a sudden, you just see a whole lot of sour faces. And then in some classrooms, like those classrooms where there's like a sense of community, you'll see a whole lot of clapping and a whole lot of, yeah, great job, because they understand that one person's success means at some point they'll all succeed. So they're cheering for one person because they understand that when one person succeeds, at some point they'll all make it. And I don't feel like America's at that point. And I feel like these past 4 years kind of brought us down a whole lot more. So we're kind of further past that point. So we kind of got pushed down more. So hopefully we can come up with a little bit more in the next four. Um, I'm saying hopefully because America is America. So we'll see what happens with that. It's always hard to tell. Like us, like we're always in a position where we're hoping for the best, but we're expecting that shoe. Like we're always expecting that shoe. So we'll see. I will definitely see. It's just strange. Like watching that conversation unfold on Twitter, just watching people go like, it's that whole bootstrap thing. Well, where people go like, well, I worked hard. I didn't have anything, and I made it, so they should have to work hard too. I didn't have any help, and name me one person that made it without any help. And you'll watch those hands go up. I made it without anybody. I got here without any help whatsoever. And you just ask them, like, really? Nobody helped you at all? You got there, no help at all. So you hired yourself. Like, you made every single dollar on your own. Like, nobody, like, you bought all of your own products, right? Well, no, people bought. Exactly. So you had help. Like, people helped you along the way. You got help from somebody. So when people get minimum wage increases, when people get these types of assistance, it's help. It's assistance. And everybody acts like that they don't get assistance, and everybody gets some type of help. And we need to embrace that. We need to understand that everybody's going to get that. But there's always people going like, I did it on my own, so you should have to as well. And You didn't do it on your own. You didn't do it by yourself. You got help. So I mean, just accept it, embrace it, and be willing to help somebody else. And if you're not willing to help somebody else, at least be quiet and move aside so somebody else can. So that's how I see that. Um, nope. Before I head out of here, I had a crazy epiphany. And this is coming from me being a huge Wire fan. Like, I'm one of the biggest Wire fans you'll ever meet. I've seen every episode of The Wire at least 10 or 11 times each. Pretty much know every single scene by heart, every line. I can break it all down, know all the nuances, the whole 9 yards. And I've been telling everybody when we have the debate between which is better, Sopranos or The Wire, I'm like, boom, The Wire. Hands down. Don't even talk to me. I'll I'll break down why. I can tell you the how, all of that. And I had the craziest epiphany. Um, we're still in the pandemic. Still teaching from home. Things might change in a little bit, but that's what I'm still doing. So since I'm in the house so much, us and the fam and everything, been binge watching a lot of shows. So I decided to binge watch The Sopranos again. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. Um, I think I've seen the entire thing all the way through, like the entire Sopranos series. I think I've seen it all the way through probably once or twice. There are entire seasons that I've completely forgotten. I'll be completely honest with you. I've seen the whole thing, but entire seasons completely slipped my mind. So I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I get through season two, finish season two, and I'm just looking at it. And I'm like, wow, The Sopranos is better than The Wire. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I couldn't believe it. I said it out loud, and I covered my mouth. Like, I covered my mouth real fast. Like, ooh, did I say that? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I'm like, that actually slipped out of my mouth. The Sopranos was better than The Wire. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this was happening. As many and at first I kind of attributed to, okay, maybe I've seen The Wire so many times that I'm watching The Sopranos and it's like fresh to me. It's something that I just haven't seen in so long. And then I started thinking about it. And I'm like, am I tripping? And I'm like, I just started breaking it down in my head. And I'm like, you know why The Sopranos is better? There are two key reasons. Number one, and when I say the plot is better, it's not a knock on The Wire because the plot on The Wire is absolutely positively amazing. I prefer The Wire to The Sopranos. Like, if you made me choose which one I will watch, like end to end, nonstop, I'm choosing The Wire. But if you're looking specifically at plot, like which one has like a better moving plot, which one's faster, like which one just flows better, it's The Sopranos easily. Like The Wire, it kind of has these like moments. The Wire kind of moves like life. There has these long moments where nothing happens, and then when something happens on The Wire, it happens, and it's absolutely amazing. It just hits you. And in The Sopranos, it's just like you have to watch everything because it's it's action packed. Like, it it moves fast, but not so fast to where you're gonna miss something. But like, it flows so well, like it really does. That's the first thing, and then the second thing is it seems like, and when again, this is not disrespectful to The Wire because The Wire is absolutely amazing. Again, I prefer it, but it seems like The Sopranos followed the main characters so much better than The Wire did. Like, the core characters, like Meadow and AJ and Carmela and Tony, it seems like they followed those main characters so well. Like they integrated them and made them a part of the show. And it seems like The Wire kind of had so many core characters that it made it difficult to follow all of them at once. Like it kind of bounced around a little bit, and The Sopranos kind of kept it to a core four. So it made it easier to integrate all four of those characters. So you became a part of what Carmela was going through. Like they involved the women so much more. So you kind of felt Carmela's pain when Tony was stepping out on her so much. And you kind of felt AJ when AJ was going through all of that mess when Tony was, kind of neglecting them. Like you could see all of that. And in The Wire, they had so many characters going through so much stuff. Like Greg's kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit after she got shot. And Daniels kind of got missing throughout parts of the show. I mean, there were so many characters moving in and out. I really wish they would have followed up on season 2 more of The Wire. Like season 2 of The Wire was amazing. And it felt like those characters after season 2, they just kind of got missing. But overall, I prefer The Wire, definitely. But when you really break it down, when you really look at it, I mean, The Sopranos was just a better show. And when I say better, I mean like if you're looking at percentages, The Sopranos would be like 52% and The Wire would be 48%. Like it's super super close. Like we're splitting hairs on this, but it just hit me like, wow, I can't believe The Sopranos is better. Like I can't believe it. But and now I gotta go back and I gotta like make amends with all the people I've been talking mess to, and I gotta let them know like, dang, you was right. Like you really were right. Like I really have to tell you this. Maybe I just won't tell them. Dang, maybe they'll hear this and I just told them. Hey, we'll see. Maybe I'll give me a couple of listeners. Well, we'll see how it goes. But we're gonna go ahead and head on out for this episode. Y'all know where to find me at. Catch me on that Twitter. We're here every Tuesday, so make sure you check me out. But until then, as always, life is good. Peace out.
If you're not ready for the conversation to end, I'm not either. Make sure to catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. Leave off the G at the end of it, and we can keep the conversation going. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next episodes. The episodes will drop every Tuesday. If there's a change in that, I'll make sure to let you know. Appreciate the support. As always, life is good.